I'm telling people, bro. I'm telling them with cold, hard factuals. Earthling transformation is going to be secret OP. I'm telling you right now, the Earthling transformation is going to be one of the best in the game. Nobody wants to believe me. I think that the Earthling transformation is going to be making people rage. I think that the Earthling transformation is going to get people to be like, oh my God, I should have made the Earthling the whole time. Earthlings put it on for the set one time.
You got a sword and no judo. When she jerk me, I ain't move like Naruto. Whoa, I just explode. No, I don't party. MALO.
What is up, people of all different types of ages, races, genders, and yes, even you other species out there watching this video. My name is OmegaPro, and I'm of the belief that the Earthling transformation is one of the most interesting and one of the best transformations in Xenoverse 2. Now, what do I have to back up my claim? Why do I think it's going to be that? Well, first, I think I should start off with the fact that I think the overall idea, like flying on a Nimbus and using the power pole and stuff like that, like I can agree with some people that have been saying, yeah, that's not that impressive, you know, like you're not going Super Saiyan, you're not, I guess, going to fucking Kid Buu, you're not getting golden form, you're not turning into a giant fucking Namekian. In comparison to those other things, it's underwhelming, but I'm looking at it from a straight up game perspective, like looking at how it's going to work in the game. And I think that this thing is going to be one of the best classes to run for Xenoverse 2. So first off, let's talk about what you can actually do on this thing. You fly around on the Nimbus and you use a power pole. If you guys don't know what these items are, what? These are items that were used very early on in Dragon Ball's history. Goku used a flying Nimbus to fly around because he couldn't fly, and his main weapon was the power pole, and he would do this cool thing where he'd be like, power pole, extend! And the shit would extend, and it would clap all kinds of cheeks, bro, all kinds. So why do I think it's gonna be so strong? It's just a cloud that he flies on, and a fucking pole that can extend. What's the big deal? Well, let's talk about the Nimbus real quick. The Nimbus provides some dope-ass mobility. We saw this in the trailer with the Great Ape. The Earthling was flying around pretty quickly and pretty freely. Now, obviously, flying around and stuff like that, you can do that normally in the game. You know, you don't need a Nimbus to do that, but it did look like it gave the Earthling a little bit of extra mobility, and mobility is key. Mobility is everything in fighting games. No matter what fighting game you're playing, if you have a character with really great mobility, you are already steps ahead of the rest of the cast. For example, Super Smash Bros. Melee. The main key in that game is movement. You're not gonna be able to do shit unless your character can freely move like the other characters can. And the best character in that game, Fox, has great movement and great options. So when you think about it like that, if you're comparing it to other fighting games, that mobility that you gain from the Nimbus is going to be huge. Now, of course, it's not anything crazy, and obviously this isn't as in-depth a game as, say, like Smash Brothers or Street Fighter or anything like that, but still, I'm drawing the parallelograms for you for the one time. And now we can talk about the power pole. Now, the power pole, the main thing that I realized about this thing is that, one, it's pretty quick. It seems like it's pretty safe to use. We haven't seen a lot of the Earthling transformation yet. We've seen like a few snippets here and there throughout trailers and stuff, but we haven't seen it be used in depth yet. I'm really looking forward to seeing exactly how much this thing can do. But from what we can see, it goes very quickly and it has a ton of range. And range is another factor in fighting games that is just insurmountable. Like, I'm gonna go again to Super Smash Bros. Melee. One of the best characters in that game, his name is Marth, and he's one of the only characters in that game that uses a sword. So his main gimmick is that he can keep you at lengths away, so that way he can control your spacing. And controlling spacing is huge in these kinds of games, because you don't want somebody breathing down your neck all the time like, what's popping with you? I got a Kamehameha for you for the one time. If you got this pole, you can be like, dang, get away from me, bitch, bitch, bitch. So that sense of range that you get is going to be super useful, because in Xenoverse 1 anyway, there wasn't a lot of options for range. Like, you could throw Ki Blast, you could use Kamehamehas and stuff like that, but that's very easy to dodge. But if you're trying to go up to an Earthling that just transformed, he's on his Nimbus, he's got the power pole, you're trying to close the gap a little bit on this man, he's just going to straight up poke you out. And how are you going to maneuver your way in? You got to go in, you got to bait him. That's the main key that I think you're gonna have to defeat in Earthling. When he has the power pole, you're gonna have to bait his movements, bait him to attack, because what I'm assuming is that when you use the power pole and you go in for an attack, I'm just guessing that if you like miss your opponent, it's gonna take a little bit for your character to come back with the large power pole. So in that time when your moves are buffering, you just come up from behind him. You breathe on his neck for the one time, little, and then you get your shit off. But that's how he'll be useful in competitive. I think that in like parallel quests and like giant ape fights and other giant fights that go on throughout the game, I think he'll be very useful in there as well, because again, he has that mobility with the flying Nimbus, and he can poke safely from a distance. So while Great Ape is sitting there, you know, going ham, cheese, eggs, and potatoes on everybody that's crowding near him, like let's say you turn into a Saiyan, or your friend turns into a giant Namekian, or whatever the case, and you just start brawling with the Great Ape, you can be from a safe distance as an Earthling and just sort of poke him out. Now, of course, the range isn't that, you know, that great. It's not like you're completely safe. You're just sitting there like, you know, popcorn in one hand, I'm saying dick in another, just blasting key blasts off, you know what I'm saying? Did I say dick in another? What? What a stupid idea. What am I even fucking saying? I lost my touch. I'm washed up. But I think he'll also be useful in like 2v2 situations, 3v3 situations, or anything like that, because of, again, that range. And I think that's the main thing that I want to point out here, is that range, because I think the only other character that'll have any sort of range like that would be the giant Namekian. I mean, that's just because he's so fucking big, and the giant Namekian will obviously have a bigger target on his back because of his size. So really, does it end up working out in the Namekian's favor? We don't really know that yet, because we've seen even less of the giant Namekian than we have of the Earthling transformation. But with that being said, I do think that the Earthling transformation is going to be one of the best. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section down below. My name is OmegaPro. I would like to thank you all for watching. I hope you have a great day, and don't get hit by a semi-truck or nothing.
Yo, Aaron, I'll bite you. I can help you soar. Route 34 really got me sore, but I'm craving some more. I open the door, I tip my fedora, and this pussy galore. But I don't want her. I don't want her. It's only my wife.
I'm gonna close my fucking channel. That sounds like a good idea.